So this year I'm growing honeyberries for the first time, and they all flowered and they all started fruiting, and I was looking forward to trying some for the first time, and then they very slowly all got picked off by birds. So I managed to find a few left on this one bush, which I covered up with this netting, and now I'm just going to take off the netting and try them, because they've turned blue quite a few weeks ago now, and so I let them sit. I've heard that's the tip, because if you pick them right when they're blue, like you might do with blueberries, they can still be really, really tart, but if you leave them just to sit for 4 weeks or so, I've heard, that's a good idea, because then they get sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, and it's almost to the point where you let them drop off and then you can eat them. But I'm just going to pick them now. We've had so much wind lately that I don't think they'll hold on for much longer. And also, up here at the top, you can see some of the leaves are they're kind of having a hard time to grow through this netting. So I'm just going to free the bush up, let it get growing again, and get the little berries off and try them. Wow, that poor bush did not enjoy being covered up at all. I mean, look at the leaves, they're all sort of poor things. But I think it'll just take a little while for them to straighten out. I'll give them lots, a nice long drink of water in a minute. But what I want to show you is down here in the undergrowth, I do have a few little berries that are clinging on to life. Look at that. 3 lovely berries. Now I am going to at least pick one of them, probably all of them, and just try them for the first time. How very exciting. My first honeyberries. Here they are, the 3 little berries. A little close up. Try to pick one and see how easy they are to get. Here they are. They're really funny looking things. The colour is a lot like a blueberry. They just look a bit lumpen, but I think it's worthwhile trying them out, seeing how they taste. I just thought I'd cut one in half just to see. They're actually super soft. Look at that, super squishy. So yeah, just really, I left them on for definitely long enough. Look at that. So jelly-like on the inside. It's funny things. Well, it's definitely not too sour. It tastes like a really nice, well-rounded, I suppose, blueberry. It's a lot like a blueberry. How very interesting. Look at all those colors there, the juices. A very juicy blueberry. It hasn't got that really firm bite to it, but that's because I think I left it on for, I could have left it on for shorter. I definitely left it on for long enough to get really, really ripe and really soft. What a funny thing. But I mean, if I ever get a decent amount, I would love to make a jam out of this. This would go in a really nice jam, because it has a little bit more of a sharpness to it than maybe blueberries. Then I can just see how you wouldn't need to add like lemon to it, for example, because like if you make like a jam, usually I like to add a bit of lemon just to get a bit of depth and a bit of acidity to counter the sweet, to sort of balance the sweetness out of the sugar and whatever else. But this obviously has that in it already. It has a bit of acidity there. So what a lovely berry. I really like that. And I love the fact that it's super healthy. I mean, it's said to be healthier than blueberries and all that kind of thing. And again, easy to grow. But definitely a good idea to leave it covered up and hanging there for as long as you can. Then you get to not have it be, because I've heard people say they're almost astringent, and this one is definitely not astringent. It's a little bit, there's a bit of tartness there, but I think it's just how the flavor is, and it just adds to the flavor. And it's a really lovely, mellow, sweetish, not overly sweet, but just really delicious sort of blueberry kind of fruit. Really delicious. I really like that. So definitely try those again. Looking forward to having lots more next year, hopefully. All right, that's it from me. See you next time. Until then, happy gardening.